anything for her? Say you're sorry. Fucking say it!
He doesn't need words.
Hello there and welcome back to Movie Recap. Today I'm going to recap Spute. A warning, spoilers ahead, please be cautious. Before we start, please support our channel by subscribing and clicking the bell icon for future notifications. Now let's start. He points to a man standing nearby who is playing a game there. He explains to him that I can't speak. So the surgeon sees Cactus and one of his companions who is doing a goon surgery. The daughter was asking Liu, "Are you okay, Liu?" He is scared to see him, and even if he falls into the water, he tells him to move away with a sign. At the start of the drama, we see a child named Liu who is swimming in the boat with his mom and dad. But suddenly he fell into the water and starts drowning. The boat's fan causes a very deep wound on his neck, due to which a lot of blood had come out of him. His mom and dad quickly take him to the hospital, where the doctor tells Liu's mom that we will have to do your son's operation soon. Otherwise, his voice can go on forever. If we did not do the operation, it is possible that he could never speak. But here, Liu's mom forbids the doctors from doing the operation because she was very scared and says that God will cure my son. After this, the story goes many years ahead when technology had become very advanced. Liu had also grown up now, but he still could not speak. In the evening, Liu goes to meet his friend, whose name was Nadra. She'd brought a gift for him, which he opens, so there was a mobile phone in it. She says this gift is so that we can talk to each other on the message because Liu could not speak. Even in the era of so much technology, Liu was very far from these things. He did not even know how to operate a mobile phone properly. His friend Nadra also teaches him how to operate a phone. They both go to a club, and they both used to work here. Liu was a bartender here, so Nadra used to do the job of a waitress there. These two men start teasing Nadra. They were talking to her in the wrong way, and this thing was standing there. A friend of Nadra was also watching. He takes him out and asks, "Did you arrange the money?" She says, "No, not yet, and I have not told Liu about my old life." After doing all this, they both go to the club again, and Nadra starts her work again. But again, the same two men come and start misbehaving with her again. This time Liu saw them both, and he starts killing one of them by taking him to the bathroom. Nadra explains to Liu, "Our job can go because of your anger." After this, the bar guards also removed those two men. Now Nadra gets a call from a man who was telling her the address of a place which she had started writing on her hand. But then Liu gives her his little diary. Nadra writes the address of that place on it. When Liu was sleeping in his house at night, he hears someone crying from outside. When he sees Nadra sitting on the ground outside crying, she says, "Liu, I have to tell you something that is very important." Then Liu writes it in his little diary and tells him that nothing is more important in his life than you. She says, "Liu, you don't know anything about me." And saying this, she started going from there. On the other hand, two surgeons see Cactus and one of his associates who were doing a goon surgery there and had been shot 5 times. Actually, he used to work for a big man in the black market, which had a very big hacking department. But now Cactus wanted to leave this job and take his daughter away from here. That's why he asked his boss to make a fake ID of him and his daughter. Cactus asks the associate of the goon who was firing bullets there, "How long will your boss work for me?" He says, "Very soon." Liu comes to Cactus when he was drinking coffee in a coffee shop. He says, "The two men you fought with in the bar, they work for a very big man here. If you try to fight with him in any way in the future, you will not survive." But it doesn't matter to him at all. And Liu goes from there. When he comes to the bar, he sees that Nadra had not come to the bar. After a while, the same two men come there. Those who had misbehaved with Nadra earlier stand in front of Liu from the bar and talk wrong about Nadra. Liu was very angry at their talks. He hits the bottle of liquor on their face. Meanwhile, a waitress gets a corner of Liu. Due to this, she fainted. Because of this, Liu's boss also removes him from the job. Liu was very angry after going home. He messages Nadra, "Where are you?" No answer comes. Now Liu takes his picture and goes out to find her on the streets. On the way, he sees Nadra's friend who was going somewhere. Liu follows him and reaches the place. He asks Nadra. His friend tells him that she has left him. On the contrary, she was hiding something from you. After knowing everything, Liu comes to his house, where he sees Nadra's message on his phone. "I'm in the hacker hall." When he goes there, he does not find Nadra there. But there were only 2 men who misbehaved with Nadra. He used to work here. He comes to those 2 men and asks about Nadra. They get angry at him and say, "Why did you come here? Go away from here." We do not know where he is. Then Liu remembers his diary, in which Nadra had written the address of a man. Now he quickly reads the address in his diary. From this he gets to know the address. He reaches there quickly, when he goes and rings the doorbell. Then a man opens the door, whose appearance was a little strange. As soon as Liu goes, he sees a lot of pictures of girls in his house. The man who was on the wall. That man says these are all those girls. Who has been with me till now? Then Liu sees a picture, on which Nadra was written. That man says, oh, this girl. Which man am I with? That man was thinking that Liu has come to take money from him, and he has been sent by the same man who used to send girls to him. Which man am I with? That man was thinking that Liu has come to take money from him, and he has been sent by the same man who used to send girls to him. This man gets very angry when he was talking about Nadra. That's why he puts the same money in his mouth and beats him a lot. Now he had come to the same man in the hotel, who had sent Nadra to that place. He asks that man, where is Nadra? He says, I don't know. Then Liu writes that man in his diary and tells, does your boss know that you use his waitress wrongly to earn money? He also shows him a picture of Nadra, which he'd got from that man's house. Now that man was scared. He sits there and tells the guard, take this man out. He has been bothering me for a long time. And still Liu does not tell anything about Nadra. Now Liu threw the money given by that man in his face and left. He now goes to the swimming pool and screams a lot, because he was worried. He did not know where Nadra was. Liu gets an idea. He now goes to a machine, which could trace the number. Liu wanted to know, where is this message really Nadra, or someone else? When he starts typing Nadra's number into that machine, then that machine tells him to say the number. But poor Liu could not speak. That's why he points to the man standing nearby, who was playing a game there. He explains to him that I can't speak. Will you help me? When that man says the number, then the machine tells an address. Now Liu quickly goes to that address, where she meets a boy. She took him inside with her, and goes and removes her wig. So here Liu finds out that this was Nadra's friend, and the picture on which Nadra was written, that was also hers. Nadra's friend now tells him that he needed money, and that's why he and I used to do this. Saying this, Nadra's friend, electric shock Liu, goes from there. Liu falls unconscious there. Their Cactus's boss had brought a man to him, who he had beaten a lot. Says, I think, he is hiding something from us, and you have to find out about this soon, because he was the same man from whom Liu had met a while ago in the hotel. Now leaving, Cactus's boss says, you do my work. I will do your work. Your fake papers will be made by tomorrow. And here we find out, Cactus was not only a surgeon, he was also a very dangerous goon. As soon as his boss leaves, he starts torturing that man. He beats him a lot. On the other side, Liu had found Nadra's mother's address from a book, on which, along with the numbers, the address was also written. He now goes to his house, where Nadra's mother shows her and her video. She was very sad to see that video. Says, my daughter Nadra had told me about you. Here is Nadra's mother. Tells Liu one thing, that Nadra was married, and she had a daughter too. Her husband is Cactus. Cactus was in bad work. That's why he used to beat Nadra a lot, and he took his daughter, leaving this city. She wanted to go to some other city, where she could go and live peacefully. That's why she was earning money. Hearing all this, Liu was now suspicious of Cactus. He thinks he must be behind the disappearance of Nadra. Now here we are shown some old time, when Cactus had kidnapped Nadra. We see when Nadra had come to Liu's house. At that time, Cactus was also hidden there. He comes to Liu's house and mixes the medicine of unconsciousness in their tea. And when they were unconscious after drinking tea, so Liu picked up Nadra and brought her in his car. Now the story comes back to the present. When Cactus was sitting, he was partying with his companion. Then his companion tells him while leaving that I was the one who was messaging Liu as Nadra. That is the message that was coming to Liu. He was also marrying Cactus. Hearing this, Cactus gets angry because he had not told him anything about it. He is passing from there, from a shop. He picks up something without money and eats it. A guard came from behind, who was saying, Sir, you will have to pay for it. But Cactus in anger He takes out a knife and threatens the guard, but when his companion comes to stop him, then he also punches his face and kills. When Liu was in his house, he messages Nadra's number and asks, "Where will I get Cactus?" His answer comes there, where he used to work first. Means in the bar. Liu's message was answered by Cactus's companion. He goes to the bar with a very big wooden stick, where he first kills the guards standing outside. Then he goes inside and kills everyone. And finally, he picks up a statue on the boss's head and hits it hard, due to which he was injured. Liu had taken all the IDs and papers of Cactus from here. On the other side, Cactus was also coming to the bar with his daughter, because he had to take his fake papers. When he comes there and sees, then he gets worried, because all the people were injured. When he goes to his boss, but then he tells in a wounded condition, Liu had come here. He has done this to everyone. Now he quickly goes to his house, because he knew that Liu must have found out about his house from those papers. On the way, he also calls his companion, that he reach his house quickly. On the other side, Liu reaches Cactus's house and goes to the basement, where he first frees that man, who was imprisoned by Cactus at the behest of his boss. Here Cactus also reaches his house, where he first tells his daughter to hide in a room, and closes the door from outside. Then he goes to the basement with his sharp knife. Inside the basement, Liu reaches a wooden door, which was closed. The Cactus comes and kills that man first, who was freed by Liu. He comes to Liu, and throws the keys out of his throat toward him, which was of the same wooden door. He says, "Go open that door. There is something special for you." When he opens and goes inside, then first Liu opens the fridge, but there was nothing there. When he goes a little further, then there was a dead body of Nadra in a plastic bag, who was killed by Cactus. Liu breaks seeing this. He picks up his dead body and takes it out. Then Cactus blocks his way, and was trying to kill Liu too. Then he puts Nadra's dead body aside, and stands up in front of Cactus. Here Cactus tells Liu the whole truth. He says, "I kidnapped Nadra from your house. I closed her in a plastic bag. Because of this, her breath began to suffocate. I beat her very badly, because she wanted to take my daughter away from him." Now Cactus takes out his knife and tries to kill her too, but Liu crosses the knife to the neck of Cactus. Because of this, blood began to come out of Cactus's neck, and he was slowly dying. After this, Liu takes Nadra's dead body out of the plastic bag and cries loudly. But the poor girl does not make a sound at all. He picked her up crying and brought her out. He did not have so much courage in him, Dasser or walking could. He sits on the side and takes Nadra's dead body in his lap. Watching the video on the phone, he starts remembering his loving moments. Then Cactus's companion is given there, who goes to Cactus's house and first sees his daughter, which was locked in a room. He quickly goes to the basement where he sees Cactus, who was dying. But instead of helping him, he says to him, "You have disappointed me a lot, always insulted me. It's time to take revenge." He also takes his daughter. Cactus was able to see all this on the screen with the help of a camera. He had known that he would not do well with his daughter. Seeing this, he died. After this, he goes and makes Liu unconscious, and takes him to his clinic and does his throat operation. He puts a voice box in it. And next morning, he takes Liu to a pool in the car, where Cactus's daughter was also with him. He takes him out of the car and first makes him sit on the bench. Then he opens the jungle in that pool. He wanted to hear sorry from Liu in his voice. He says to Liu again and again, "Say sorry. You have killed my friend Cactus." But Liu grabs the companion of Cactus here, and jumps into the water, and holds him until he dies. Then Liu comes on the water, where the daughter of Cactus sitting on the bridge was asking Liu, "Are you okay, Liu?" He is scared to see him, that even if he falls into the water, with that gesture he tells him to move away. But she does not move. Now Liu, when he shouts loudly, that move away. So Liu's voice comes out for the first time. He also heard his voice for the first time. He had come to the pool now, where Cactus's daughter says to him, "Your voice is so funny." Both start laughing. He says, "I will take you to your grandmother, who loves you very much." This is the end. Thank you for watching.